Welcome to the Ordinary Guy Garage. I'm Scott, Ordinary Guy. So anyways, today I'm going to put the front bumper on the 68 El Camino. Like I've stated before, when I got this car, I was mostly in pieces. A lot of it was together, but mostly in pieces. So I'm having to kind of patchwork some stuff together. The guy that took it apart was really good about bagging and tagging, but I'm like 90% done on the car. So I'm at the point now where tags and bags aren't even there anymore, and it's just a matter of looking what would go where, but you know, whatever. If you look close enough, the parts will tell you where they came from. But anyways, I have all the brackets out. Now when I got this, the brackets had all been sandblasted, so I just painted them all a couple of days ago. The car had been fender bendered, or bumper bendered, I guess, on the front. And so you can probably see, get the light just right, that this bracket here has been straightened. This other one is in pretty good shape. So I might have to do a little bit of banging around on them. These look pretty good, but these other brackets here have a little bit of a cupping going on right there. So I'll probably have to bang on those and might have to do a little touch-up paint on them, I don't know. So it's an exciting day for me because I've been sitting here with no front bumper on this car for a long time. And the reason for it is, one, the car didn't come with bumpers, and two, my buddy down in California, I was looking at Craigslist and I ran across this bumper. This front bumper is super clean for 40 bucks. And I said, hey, check this out. And he goes, oh, I'll go get it. And so he went over and took a look at it, and it's really clean. And so he gave the guy 40 bucks, and now my bumper has been hanging in his garage down in California for months because we were gonna go down to California, visit my two brand new grandbabies, visit my buddy, get my bumper. Everything was gonna be right with the world. Unfortunately, COVID-19 came along and stopped some of our plans, so we couldn't go. But I went to my wife and I said, look, Father's Day, I never asked for anything. Today or this year, I'm gonna ask for something. I wanna go down to California and I wanna hold a grandbaby in each arm, and that's what I want for Father's Day. So I'm gonna put a picture of that right here. Well, there it is. Probably two of the cutest babies you're ever gonna see. Man, what a good time it was. And those guys, man, they're just at the age where they're starting to coo and caw and giggle a little bit, and man, it just melts an old guy's heart. And what a great Father's Day weekend it was. You know, got to spend some time with my wife and two boys out on the road, and then when we got down to California, I got to spend time with my older two boys and their wives and the grandkids, you know, and what a great time. Got to spend time with my buddy, and we got the bumper all straightened out, you know, and got away from the home for a little bit. But now we're back, and now we're ready to get to it here. But I'm gonna tell you, I really appreciate all the subscribers. Wow, you know, you guys are coming in there and you're clicking that subscribe button, and I really appreciate that. I'm blown away that people wanna watch me fumble around in my shop. But hey, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that too, because obviously all the cool kids are doing it, so, you know, don't want to be left out. And if you haven't been one of the people that leaves a comment, go ahead and leave a comment. I'd like to hear what you got to say, and just be respectful, of course, and give me a thumbs up on my videos and whatever. So let's get started. Enough about all that crap. There's a little bit of background noise right now in my shop because it's kind of hot. I got the cooler going, the evaporative cooler in it, so whatever, that's the background noise. But anyways, in my box of brackets, like I said, everything was sandblasted, and I don't know where anything goes. You know, it kind of tells you, you know. So I'll show you what I got, show you what I've come up with. All right, here's the bumper right down here. This is easy. This is a bumper, this is a bracket here, and you got your part number, and right at the end you can see LH. So this is a left-hand side bumper bracket. And then the other one has an RH on it. I don't know if you can see it. Either way, trust me, it's there. So I know where those two go. Okay, Now then I have these. These don't have a part number stamped in them, but they do have what you would call witness marks, I guess, if you can see them, where they've been chewed into by a washer. So I know that this was on an outside surface. That you could just tell by the bend. And when you put it together, let's see, this one has a little bit of a tab. The one that has the actual part number, they have tabs on the end right here. So, and on this one you can see it has a little spot for a tab next to the slot. So, all those clues together, and they shall go together. Like I said, these things were kind of bent up a little bit. I might have to bend that tab out. Oh, no, I got it. I got it. So, that's one side. Now down here, you can see in there, if I can get over a little farther, there's bolt holes. And this being an old bumper, it also has, I guess again, witness marks from where the brackets were bolted in before. And it lays right in there. So, and my buddy down there who picked up the bumper for me, he is putting together a really badass 72 Nova. And he had some spare bumper bolts that he donated to the cause. So, thanks Rich. So, this is all coming together fairly nicely. The bottom ones don't have, so, top one in. Now I'm not gonna, like when I did the back bumper, I didn't tighten it down all the way. I snugged everything up and put it together. That seemed to make the most sense to me because that way you can have a little bit of room to play around with stuff. Now, and I'm just using these bumper bolts. You can see they have like a carriage bolt. They have that square locator in them. So that goes through the bumper, obviously, because you want your chrome side on your chrome side. And that goes like that. And that'll put these guys closely together. As long as I can keep those. So anyways, I'll do the same thing over there. This was another bracket that came with it. Now, this is a lower license plate bracket. And you can see right here, there is a, the way that the bumper is shaped, it's shaped at a point, which corresponds to the shape of that. That bolts up from the bottom, and then there's where your license plate bolts in. I'm not gonna worry about that one right now. Also in that same box, there were these, but this is going to be for the lower fender, to support the lower fender. So they just happen to be there, but they're not actually bumper parts. Then I have these. Two of these match. There's a left and a right. Right there. And then there's one of these. I'm not sure where these go. So I'll figure it out. I'll figure out where those go. But if you have experience with this, you know where those go, leave a comment so that way I'd appreciate it. If not, I'll spend some time on Google, I'll figure it out, or I'll just sit around twisting them around up against different parts on the car until they lay in somewhere. But like I said, give me some input if you know where those go, I'd appreciate it. So anyways, I'm gonna get the brackets on and then we'll move over to the car and we'll start bolting it up over there. All right, well, I just got back. I ran down to the farm supply real quick because I need some bolts. I had the bumper bolts, but then there's other bolts too, and they're like kind of old and rusty. And I found, I was going to the hardware store and getting them, and then I found out that if I go to the farm supply, they sell them by the pound. And so I got grade 5 bolts, that many of them, 7/16 by 1 inch and a couple 1.25 inches. This was $2.37 at the farm supply. It would have been probably about $7 or $8 at the hardware store. So I just found that out a few months ago. So I've been buying all my bolts down there at the farm supply. So anyways, this side here, oh, can't see it. This side here seems to line up really well. So I'll grab a couple of these 1-inch bolts. And they seem to go in pretty well. Yes, nicely. And but the other side, yeah, that works out good. The other side I was talking about in the beginning of the video and showed it where it was kind of banged up a little bit on that bracket, and I hammered on it a little bit and got it to sit in there, but this bottom bolt here doesn't want to line up. Doesn't want to line up with the bracket, so I'm going to have to pull it back apart on that side. I'll have to pull that other side back apart and hammer on it a little bit more, and then I'll get it. But this is it. That's pretty much it. You got that bracket. You got this is the one that has the marking on it. This is the one that just kind of goes with it. And if you look at it, how it goes together, that's how it is. So anyway, we'll beat on the other bracket for a bit, and then we'll go to putting it on the car. All right, I'm already getting kind of excited because that looks kind of really sweet with that chrome up there. I'm not going to put the blinker holes in yet because I still have to do body panel alignment and some other things before it's all going to come back apart because they're going to paint it. But anyways, I'm thinking about something and I can't remember. Don't matter. Anyways, what I did was I put it on, I got this old motorcycle jack, ATV jack, whatever you want to call it. And works really good for putting in gas tanks, and man, it's good for all kinds of stuff. Rear ends, does good on rear ends. But anyways, I'm holding this up, and my plan is here to get one bolt in. It's all cattywampus because it's not bolted up yet. I'm gonna get one bolt in, and then I'm gonna move over to the other side and work on that. So I got this little doohickey here for aligning. I'll stick it in there, wiggle it around, and get the holes lined up. So I'm gonna get on that. Alright, let's see. All right, well, I got it pretty much bolted on. Like I said, this is temporary at best, but I'm gonna show down here, one of the bolts are right there, and then the other one, you have to access it through, not that hole. Can't really see it, up, where am I at? Right there. There's a hole right there in the frame by the radiator hose that you have to access that back bolt from. So, let's stand back up here. Sits in there pretty good, looks all right. The grill isn't straight. You can see there's more space on this side than there is on the other side. So the whole thing looks a little bit, again, cattywampus. And then I realized as I put it together, I probably should have went ahead and put this panel in there. This is the bumper filler panel before I put the bumper on. And I just got excited. I was trying to get away without having to put that in pre-assembly, but I'm gonna have to. Well, that's gonna be it right now for the bumper. I think what I'm gonna do is pull it all back apart, put in that filler panel and align things up a little bit. I got really excited back when I put the front end on and the engine in it because this is my first Super Sport and I wanted to see that grill. So I stuck it on there, but the grill's not on there right, and I need to go backwards, correct all of that with the right brackets, then come back and get the bumper in there correctly and make sure everything's lined up and can line up before I pull it all apart to paint it. That way I'm not drilling holes or bending panels or doing any tweaking once I got fresh paint on it. But it's exciting though. I'm coming to the end of the project. This is all I have left for nuts and bolts. you know. And I bought a lot of nuts and bolts and replaced them, and new ones came with parts. And so, you know, a lot of these are just like alignment shims, and you know, there's still a few. That's off a rear view mirror, but I'm pretty much getting there with, you know, coming to the end of this. Talked to the DMV and they said, oh, we're doing VIN inspections now. I need to get a VIN inspection on this car. So I was super happy. So I had to email in my thing request and they called me. They said, yeah, we can do a VIN inspection, but we can't register it. So what good is a VIN inspection for me if I can't register it? So I don't know. Things are so screwy right now, but whatever. That's a different topic. But anyways, there we are with that. I had a request to slow down a little bit on the back bumper, so I figured I'd slow down on the front one and show the brackets and show my process. You know, I'm not an expert, I'm not a professional. I just fumble my way through it. But anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends to subscribe. And like I stated earlier, all the cool kids are doing it. So anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. And in the meantime, be safe, my friends.